Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. All right. Come on. Freaking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay? If you haven't seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, seriously, just... I don't even know. Like, seriously... 1973? That's my final guess. Anyway, okay. Great movie. Dude, my daughter loves that movie. It is kind of a weird... Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. I mean, I would assume he's talking about candy because it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and there's candy. But, like, sometimes, people say candy for drugs, like putting candy up your nose. Okay, anyway, here we go. All right. Day 130 of Suboxone PAWS, baby. Okay? 130 days. It's a round number, I guess. It is kind of random, though, really, in the daily. I mean, 130 days, it's not really... It's like 4 months and 10 days or something like that, or I don't even know. But 130 days of Suboxone, no Suboxone, and all that jazz, and pause, and just freaking, I don't know, battling for the rest of my life. All right, staying clean. Okay, here we go. All right, I ran 3 miles a day on my lunch. Absolutely, it was great. It actually wasn't that bad. But ran it hard. All right. Dedicated to the running. Yeah, we all know that. All right. Sorry. Just got off work. I freaking worked late. Tired. I'm so hungry. I am tired, though. I slept solid last night. I did. I slept solid. But still not as much as I want. Or, like, I was so tired. I could have slept more. Like, I am tired. And, I was feeling great today. Like, dude, just funny and just... going on and stuff at work and whatever but I did kind of hit a wall in the afternoon or whatever, in the afternoon, because I'm just tired. I really am. I'm tired. I got to go in early tomorrow, but dude, no joke. But but today is a good day. Today is a freaking great day. Seriously, it's a very good day, you guys. I was thinking about this today. I absolutely, 100%, I can say this with an honest heart, I feel, and it's not just because I've said this before, but it's because I have a clear conscience and all this stuff, but I can tell you, yes, with the conscience, but I'm just telling you, like, just straight up, like, my flesh, my body and stuff. I feel better right now than when I was on Suboxone every day. Even like when I was taking freaking 32 milligrams a day, or 24, or 16, or like anything higher dose, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel better, absolutely, dude, in so many respects. Like, just again, I have a personality, and my personality is coming back. Sense of humor, and just feel more alert and stuff. Seriously, just feel way more alert and witty, but just more on my game. I mean, seriously, even though I'm tired, even though I'm not, like, I can't imagine when I'm sleeping great all the time consistently. Like, seriously, it's gonna be a freaking dude. So I'm saying, dude, you're gonna be an animal, dude. Seriously, you're gonna be able to freaking, I don't know, man. You're gonna be able to take on life like nothing else, man. Seriously, I can't imagine how I'm going to feel in another month, or in another 2 months, or in another a year. I mean, seriously, I can't even imagine, you guys. But I do. I can say this honest, 100%, dude. I feel better right now. My body, with everything, with my conscience, and just being alert and stuff, all that crap. But I just feel better. I feel my receptors coming back and like working again. Come on. Oh, you hear that power? V6, baby. It is a V6, actually, but it's a crappy V6. Okay. Anyway, trying to get the heater. I don't know what's going... Sorry, I thought I heard another noise. I don't know, to this car. Anyway, okay, here we go. Okay, sorry. But I can feel my receptors seriously working, dude. Working, coming back. Seriously, really, it's really freaking awesome. I'm just telling you that. Anyway, talked to someone last night. Dude, I talked to someone last night that opened up to me, that's just gone through, you guys, gone through crap. And I know there's people that I haven't talked to, or just haven't, I haven't opened up, they haven't opened up, or what, opened up, whatever, that have gone through crap. I know that. I know I haven't, just everyone that watches these, I haven't talked to everyone, and even the people I do talk to, I don't know your whole story. I don't have to know your whole story. It's not like you have to tell me. But someone opened up last night that hadn't yet, and I've talked to them and stuff through this process and stuff, just on the comments and stuff. But holy crap, crazy crap, dude. Terrible stuff, tragic suffering since they were a child, since 2 years old. In fact, lost their dad, and just crazy stuff, dude. You know, just drugs in the house and stuff at a young age, and dealing with stuff, and just not parenting wasn't there, and it just really sad stuff that we need, you know, just makes me so grateful, and just you know, yeah, we need to be grateful, you know, seriously. And there's always someone worse off. There's always someone worse off than them too. Like I mean, that's, you know, as bad as that was, there's even worse out there. I mean, there is. I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy. But that was, dude, it was almost, I mean, I hate to say that, but me hearing some of that stuff was, I don't want this to sound weird, but it was a blessing in a way to me, or just, it helped me have perspective. You always need to have that and be reminded of that. Don't just bury your head. No, freaking, I mean, it sucks. The news is depressing sometimes, and there's stuff that's depressing, really terrible stuff. But I mean, I think the best is just hearing someone out, hearing their story too. But, you know, we need to be freaking grateful, dude. Like, there's just, you know, thank God you don't live in Yemen right now. I mean, dude, Yemen is just I mean, we all know about Syria, and well, people actually, yeah, but this has been going on for a while in Yemen. It's getting out in the news more and more the last, you know, year now, but it's just a mess. It's terrible, you guys. It's so terrible. It's such a war-torn, anyway, but just terrible stuff. But that, I don't know, that stuff goes on in the world. We need to be grateful. But I did meet someone new today. They're going to be getting off Suboxone fairly soon. I don't know how soon, but anyway, that I don't know. But yeah, just met them. It was just cool. I meet people all the time, obviously, but you know, they don't like being on it. They don't freaking like it, and they hate it, actually, it seemed like. But anyway, but something I wanted to talk about today. God dang it, this is gonna get too long. Sorry, saying God dang it. But by the way, they're not saying that that's good to do. Say like God dang it, or, you know, GD. Well, I guess that's GD too. You know what I'm talking about. But you know, to use the Lord's name in vain, you know what that actually is? Like I promise, this is not a Gabe trick thing. No, but seriously, using the Lord's name in vain is someone that is using the Lord's name. They're projecting the Lord's name, and they're supposed to be a follower of God, and they're under His name, and then they are completely not doing it. That you're using, you know. Don't let this process be in vain. But you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, dude. Like, seriously, like it's using the Lord's name in vain. You get what I'm saying? It's you get what I'm saying, right? Like, you know, you tell everyone, oh, I love Jesus, I'm a follower of Jesus, I'm a follower of Jesus, and then, like, you know, but you're really not. Or you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not good stuff. That's what using the Lord's name in vain is, because you're using His, you know, all in vain. So, like, when people say, like, Lord, Lord, you know, on judgment, Jesus, like, dude, I never knew you. So normally it doesn't say, dude, I never knew you, because there'll be women there too. He'll say that to the guys, and then I'll show you. Okay, here we go. But something I want to talk about, and I wanted to do a video about this anyway, another day, and then I had my big blunder of pornography, actually, and so I didn't. But after talking to the person I talked to last night, it was just apparent to me that I'm going to do this, and that's the problem of suffering, you know, because that's a hard freaking thing, dude. That's a hard freaking thing to deal with in this life, is suffering, and why in the heck there is suffering. And if God is all powerful and all loving, why is there suffering on earth? Why, you know what I mean? And so a lot of people, that's what does it for them. They go, I can't believe in a God that would do this, or I can't believe in a God that has a world of suffering and stuff. And I've been down that road. I've struggled with that crap, you know. But you know, I guess too, like if God, if you know, because there's a couple assumptions that are made too. Like if God is all powerful, he can create any world he wants. Okay, and if God is all loving, he prefers a world without suffering. Well, those are assumptions. Now, yes, God is all powerful, and he can create. Okay, yes, he can create any world he wants, but for instance, if he wants to make creatures have free will, but he wants them to always choose good, but they gotta have free will. You get what I'm saying? So he can't. If he were to force them to always make the right decision, always, and yet have free will, it wouldn't really be free will. It's not, it's not possible, dude. The task is nonsense. It's like a square circle, a circle square, or a, whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's not logical. He can't, you get what I'm saying? He can't just force creatures of free will to do only good. I mean, that's just, that's just how it is, and honestly, suffering is not good, or it's not fun. It's not, but we all know that there's good that comes from suffering. So God's will is not our will. His thoughts are not our thoughts too. I know that there's things in my life that I've gone through that have been hard, that in hindsight now, holy crap, they freaking saved my life and soul, and I am so grateful to God. And I know a lot of times, when things get too good for me, when things get too good and too easy, I tend to get away from God. Seriously, and you get away from God, you start, it's easy to get caught up in it's so hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom, Jesus said. And it's so true, because when you just have everything, it's easy to think that you don't need God, and you do need God. In fact, it says that you don't even realize that you're naked, and you're evil, and you're blind, and you're deaf. You don't even realize that. You think, oh, I have money, I don't need God. Well, you do. We all do. But so suffering can actually bring forth good, but we have free will. So we choose the crap that goes down here. The stuff that goes down, it goes down because we're making it go down. Because all the evil, it's humans. We're doing it. Yeah, God created us and we have free will. But all the crap the evil that happens, the evil that happens is us. Yes, there are natural freaking disasters, and there's stuff, and there's laws that God made on earth, and things happen, and that can be a hard, I know it's hard for people to deal with it sometimes, but the problem of suffering, it's a tough question. It can be a tough theological question, but ultimately, if God wanted to create a world with creatures with free will, we're going to make bad decisions. It's a fallen world. There's going to be that kind of crap. You kind of get what I'm saying? And it's something that we have to deal with. It doesn't mean God doesn't love us, and but like, dude, like, we permit suffering for the greater good all the time. I mean, seriously, think of like a child, say a child has cancer and we have them go through chemo, or like you go to the dentist and you have your kid's teeth worked on and it hurts, but it's going to help the greater good, or you get what I'm saying? Like, we do that stuff all the time, like even to children. You've got to think of that. Like, God is so beyond, it's not even in the same realm, like, so we got to think about that, like, dude. And I think that, and true love wouldn't exist without free will. Straight up, dude. True love would not exist without free will. And without free will, you wouldn't even know goodness. Really, you wouldn't. You wouldn't know true goodness if there wasn't free. Like, someone you couldn't tell, like, man, that person is just good and loving. Like, look at what they're doing. There's people going to the freaking concentration camps, and this person's like hiding as many people as they can in their house and putting their life and family's lives on the line. Or, you kind of get what I'm saying. I'm not, but something too, like evil, because people say, like, oh, God created evil. Well, no, he created beings with free will, and they did evil. And I mean, believe me, dude, I've been there. But you got to think too, like evil is a privation of right order in the creaturely will. I hope that I'm not getting like too philosophical term crap, but just it's a privation. It's like cold. It's like cold isn't a positive thing. It's just, you get what I'm saying? Like heat is heat, and it's just the absence of less, there's even though no matter how cold you get, there's always some heat in there, because, well, negative 1,000, well, there's a negative 1,000,000. And if there's a negative 1,000,000, well, there's a negative 2,000,000. And so if you have negative 2,000,000 degrees, you have to put heat in it. There's heat in it. You kind of get what I'm saying? But it is it really, so evil is a privation of right order in the creaturely will. So, anyway, you got to think too, like suffering, dude, it's a way that God can draw people to himself. Use it with free will, with the rules of free will, like, to draw people with free will to himself. He can use suffering to draw people with free will to himself, dude. And it's true. Like, how many times I've met people, and I even know this for myself, dude, like, you're just doing your own thing, you're doing your own thing, life is good, and then something tragic happens, and you're at God's feet. You're at God's feet. You're realizing how fragile things are, how it's like my wife's grandpa had a stroke, and a rich guy, and she was talking to him recently, and he was crying and stuff. Dude, this guy's not like, but he was just like, I've taken everything for granted. Like it's a terrible thing, and there's like the stroke has done permanent damage on stuff, but it's like changing his heart, or you get what I'm saying? Like he's realizing things, he's having perspective. And if like, dude, if that, and that thing too, that we really got to freaking realize too, like seriously, like God's purpose, his purpose extends beyond this life, you guys. This is so short. We get so caught up in like, well, this happened and this person died. It's like, well, okay, if that person died, if that kid died, they're freaking in heaven for all eternity. And how do you know that God doesn't, like, I don't know, man, like protect in that moment of certain things? Like, you just don't know what God does, like what people feel and what they don't feel and stuff. And I mean, we're not the judge, but like he is God, okay? And his will is perfect. And it's just like if we do things for the greater good for our kids that they just cannot comprehend, imagine the step beyond that is God. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I hope that helps, but just don't get caught up on the problem of suffering. It does suck. It sucks. It's a reality, okay? But something too, like, I want to read this from C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis wrote this: God speaks to us in our pleasures, speaks in our consciences, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to arouse a deaf world. Or rouse a deaf world, I think is what it is. But man, that is so true. And like I said, dude, we see it all over with people, So if you're someone that has gone through just a crap load of pain, just a crap load of terrible stuff, first of all, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to hear. I mean, like, seriously, that because I've been blessed. Like, yes, we've all gone through crap. Yes, I've gone through stuff. Yes, but there's always people that have gone through more and stuff. But just don't get too discouraged. Don't be mad at God for it, or you know what I mean? Like, God is in charge. He loves you too. That's the thing. He freaking loves you so much. Maybe there's just things that happen that sometimes we just won't ever know. Seriously, that's just straight up. There's just crap that happens that we will just never freaking know until our lives are all done here on earth. Okay. We don't have an answer for everything, but we can't forget too, like, man is in a state of rebellion against God, and his will and his purpose, that's just the truth. And, the terrible atrocities of man testifies to this. It seriously does. And, and if you're a believer, the pain and the evil in the world, it's not a surprise. That's the thing. The Bible, it really, you understand, like, I'm seriously, like, me and my boss were just talking about this stuff, like, I'm just, like, waiting for, like, the crap to hit the fan for me. Like, I mean, I don't be pessimistic and always just, but, like, I just know, like, I have, like, people are going to start dying in my family, unless it's me, I guess, but you know what I mean, like, just, crap's going to happen, it's going to hit the fan, we all have to die, we all die anyway. I mean, what's the, people, man, some people get so caught up on, I don't know, man, like, just, and I get, like, dude, I don't know. Anyway, I can't get off too big here, because this is already 20 minutes freaking long, but, yeah, like I said earlier, dude, God's purpose is beyond just this life. It extends beyond this, okay? And I'm going to read something here real quick. I don't know, I feel like this video sucked. Really, I really do. It just never goes the way I expected or was going to. I'm just tired too, and I just got off work and have this great vision at night, and could have made it way better. But anyway, this is in Revelation 21:4. And he will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will no longer be any death. There will no longer be any mourning or crying or pain, for the old order has passed away. Okay? And it says, like, he will make all things new. The whole order is gone. In fact, it says that, it's interesting. It says that death and Hades will be thrown into the lake of fire and completely destroyed, and they'll be dealt with. So death itself is part, like, that death, Jesus condemning sin and really condemning death, dude, beating death. I mean, like, straight up, as we talked about before. But something I wanted to say, because people think a lot of times this perception and, like, why suffering in this life is a big hang up with believing in God or just whatever, is because a lot of times people think that being happy is the meaning of life. That being happy is the meaning of life. Well, that's not the meaning of life. That's not. I mean, yes, it's great if you're happy, but that is not the meaning to life. Think of that. The meaning of life is to not be happy, okay? Paul knew that. Look at Paul. Paul was not happy, but he was fulfilled. He had fulfillment in his heart. He said rejoice. He knew where he was going. He knew where he was going. He knew in his heart. He knew that he really saw Jesus alive after they crucified him. He really knew that he saw that. He didn't give a crap because he knew that for a fact, okay? In all of his beatings and sufferings and imprisonment and hunger and sleepless nights and whatever. The purpose of life is to not be happy. The purpose of life is knowing God. That is the ultimate fulfillment. It is, because, dude, even when things are terrible, God is good. You do. And, you see this in other countries, man. I love listening to testimonies from other people from other countries. It's so great. So freaking great. But just understand that just maybe think of that, like, yeah, dude, happiness is great here on earth, but that is not the meaning of life. To be happy for 80 years or as happy as possible and die. No, there's more to life than that, okay? Absolutely. And when you know God, dude, it changes everything. It absolutely does, because even when things are rough, it can always be worse, but God, that's the thing too. God came down and suffered with us. Dude, he freaking worked. I mean, like, seriously, he was a carpenter for 30 years before his ministry. I mean, like, he suffered through, working. He was a baby. He was tempted. I mean, we go through all that stuff, but we dealt with all the stuff that we did. He got betrayed by a kiss. We've all been betrayed, man, by people that we thought they loved us or whatever. He was betrayed. He was all that stuff. He was beaten. He was killed. He suffered, and he was selfless with his life. So anyway, but and I will say too, real quick, I'll leave with this. A lot of people that have gone through very tough things are the strongest people you'll meet. A lot of people that have gone through a lot of suffering, a lot of times, are the toughest, strongest people, the most encouraging people that you'll meet. I know that in my life. I know that in meet just so many people I've met, so anyway, I don't know. I hope this was good. This is what it was kind of different. It was kind of different. I'm sorry if it wasn't, I don't know. But anyway, God bless all y'all. I'm going to go in and eat some dinner. God bless and salute.